120, we'll have the girl. Nice teeth. She has beautiful hair, like a Nubian princess.
This scenario about the selling of a child for nefarious purposes is one of the first things grade 6 students from the Central Okanagan saw as they took a tour called the Global Schoolhouse, which was part of the 2015 edition of Global Citizen Week in Kelowna.
Can you help me? I have 10 children. I live here with my 10 children. My husband just died. I have no job. Can you help me?
We take it, we raise it, we take care of the baby. It's very nice. You get money.
Kids went through this village, then sat in 4 simulated situations where they learned how and why primary education isn't accessible or in some cases denied in other parts of the world.
If you try to go to school, you and your families will be killed.
This addresses Millennium Goal number 2 of the global framework set out by the United Nations, achieving universal primary education. And for some kids, the content and language of the situations were a bit shocking.
How do you feel about the fact that for many reasons, lots of kids around the world simply don't get to go to school?
I find that it's very unfair, and that people should have the chance to have an education and a job and a good life.
Some don't say much, others can have conversation about it and feel the impact of that, but impact can happen differently for each child, right? So if it gets them thinking, I think that's what's really important.
Hundreds of volunteers put in thousands of man-hours, preparing every nuance of each situation, which included kids not being able to go to school because they have to work, to another where resources, including space for a classroom, are scarce. There was also a scenario that demonstrated how illness can keep kids from getting an education, to how simply being a girl can be a detriment.
We're trying to say this is a reality for many children around the world who lack an opportunity or face barriers in order to get an education.
I'm malaria. I will bite you in your sleep.
I'll never forget watching one of the kids who got a card saying you have malaria. I do? And realizing like, wow, that would change my life.
Abby, what was it like to be wearing that religious costume?
It was very sweaty under there and you couldn't see a thing.
How did you feel knowing that there's some girls that can't go to school because they're girls?
I felt really sad and disappointed, and I feel like nobody should do that to girls or just anybody in person.
My favorite story happened a couple years ago where a parent phoned the principal and said, my child has been in school for 6 years, kindergarten all the way up, and every day, how did you like school? Fine. What'd you do? Fine. And today I can't shut him up. That, to me, is a success.
This year, Global Citizen Kelowna celebrated 11 years of bringing events with impact to our community. For Shaw in Kelowna, I'm Tammy Williams.